to tell a Desperauex. Last part, we left off with all of our major characters now in the dungeon. Miggery, Sal, Roscuro, Desperauex, and then we also have Botticelli and Gregory, the jailer. Everyone is in the dungeon. So, let's find out what happens. Chapter 32. The candlelight on Mig's tray revealed Gregory limping toward her, the thick rope tied around his ankle, his hands outstretched. "You," Gregory presumes, "have brought food for the jailer." "Gore," said Mig. She took a step backward. "Give it here," said Gregory, and he took the tray from Mig and sat down on an overturned kettle that he had rolled free from the tower. He balanced the tray on his knees and stared at the covered plate. "Gregory assumes that today again there is no soup." "Eh?" said Mig. "Soup!" shouted Gregory. "Illegal!" shouted Mig back. "Most foolish," muttered Gregory as he lifted the cover off the plate. "Too foolish to be born, a world without soup." He picked up a drumstick and put the whole of it in his mouth and chewed and swallowed. "Here," said Mig, staring hard at him. "You forgot the bones." "Not forgotten." "Chewed." "Gore," said Mig, staring at Gregory with respect. "You eat the bones. You are most ferocious." Gregory ate another piece of chicken, a wing, bones and all, and then another. Mig watched him admiringly. "Someday," she said, moved suddenly to tell this man her deepest wish. "I wish to be a princess." At this pronouncement, Roscuro, who was still at Mig's side, did a small, deliberate jig of joy, and the light of the one candle, his dancing shadow, was large and fearsome indeed. "Gregory sees you," Gregory said to the rat's shadow. Roscuro ceased his dance. He moved to hide beneath Mig's skirts. "Eh?" shouted Mig. "What's that?" "Nothing," said Gregory. "So you aim to be a princess. Well, everyone has a foolish dream. Gregory, for instance, dreams of a world where soup is legal, and that rat, Gregory is sure, has some foolish dreams, too." "If only you knew," whispered Roscuro. "What?" shouted Mig. "Huh?" Gregory said nothing more. Instead, he reached into his pocket and held his napkin up to his face and sneezed into it once, twice, 3 times. "Achoo!" "Bless you," shouted Mig. "Bless you, bless you." "Back to the world of the light," Gregory whispered, and then balled the napkin up and placed it on the tray. "Gregory is done," he said, and he held the tray out to Mig. "Done, are you? Then the tray goes back upstairs. Cook says it must. You take the tray to the deep downs, you wait for the old man to eat, and then you bring the tray back. Them's my instructions." "Did they instruct you to beware of the rats?" "The what?" "The rats." "What about them?" "Beware of them," shouted Gregory. "Right," said Mig. "Beware the rats." Roscuro, hidden beneath Mig's skirt, rubbed his front paws together. "Warn her all you like, old man," he whispered. "My hour has arrived. The time is now, and your rope must break. No nibbling this time, rather a serious chew that will break it in two. Yes, it is all coming clear. Revenge is at hand." Chapter 33. Mig had climbed the dungeon stairs and was preparing to open the door to the kitchen when the rat spoke to her. "May I detain you for a moment?" Mig looked to her left and then to her right. "Down here," said Roscuro. Mig looked at the floor. "Gore, but you're a rat, ain't you? And didn't the old man just warn me of such? Beware the rats," he said. She held the tray up higher so that the light from the candle shone directly on Roscuro and the golden spoon on his head and the blood-red cloak around his neck. "There's no need to panic, none at all," said Roscuro as he talked. He reached behind his back and, using the handle, raised the soup spoon off his head, much in the manner of a man lifting his hat to a lady. "Gore," said Mig, "a rat with manners." "Yes," said Roscuro. "How do you do? My papa had him some cloth much like yours, Mr. Rat," said Mig. read like that. He traded me for it. Ah, said Roscuro, and he smiled a large, knowing smile. Ah, did he really? That is a terrible story, a tragic story. My friends, if you will pardon me, we must pause for a moment to consider a great and unusual thing, a portentous thing. The great, unusual, portentous thing is this. Roscuro's voice was pitched perfectly to make its way through the tortuous paths of Mig's broken down cauliflowered ears. That is to say, my friends, Miggery Sal heard perfect and true every word the rat Roscuro uttered. Here's the picture of Miggery Sal talking to Roscuro. You have known your share of tragedy, said Roscuro to Mig. Perhaps it's time for you to make the acquaintance of triumph and glory. Triumph and glory, said Mig. Allow me to introduce myself, said Roscuro. I am Chia Roscuro. My friends call me Roscuro, and your name is Miggery Sal. And it is true, is it not, that most people simply call you Mig? Ain't that the thing, shouted Mig. A rat who knows my name? Miss Miggery, my dear, I do not want to appear to be so forward so early in our acquaintance, but may I inquire, am I right in ascertaining that you have dreams and aspirations? What do you mean, aspirations? Shouted Mig. Miss Miggery, there's no need to shout, none at all, as you can hear me, so I can hear you. We are two perfectly suited, each to the other. Roscuro smiled again, displaying a mouthful of sharp yellow teeth. Aspirations, my dear, are those things that would make a serving girl wish to be a princess. Gore, agreed Mig. A princess is exactly what I want to be. This is, my dear, there is a way to make that happen. I believe that there's a way to make that dream come true. You mean that I could be your Princess P? Yes, your highness, said Roscuro, and he swept the spoon off his head and bowed deeply at the waist. Yes, your most royal Princess P. Gore, said Mig. May I tell you my plan? May I illustrate for you how we can make your dream of becoming a princess a reality? Yes, said Mig, yes. It begins, said Roscuro, with yours truly, me, and the chewing of a rope. Mig held the tray with one small candle burning bright, and then listened as the rat went on speaking directly to the wish in her heart. So passionately did Roscuro speak, so intently did the serving girl listen, that neither noticed as the napkin on the tray moved, nor did they hear the small mouse-like noises of disbelief and outrage that issued from the napkin as Roscuro went on unfolding step by step his diabolical plan to bring the princess to the darkness. And that, my friends, is the end of the third book. I wonder what that noise was. The mouse-like noises on the tray under the napkin. I don't know. We'll have to find out in the next part. Here is, so you can see, we are to the next part of the book, and it says, book 4. We're going to have to wait and find out, though. Join me next time, and we'll see what happens to Mig and Roscuro and Gregory. And where's Desperauex? We hadn't seen him in a while. And the princess.